So Santilli gets it in his mind that he wants to go and try to talk to the FBI, and that's a fortified compound at the airport. So I jump in the car with them and go out there with them, and Pete and I and his entourage pull up right across the street with the car parked parallel with the road where the FBI are, and it's like big light-alls, and they have two vehicles blocking the road. They're about a stone's throw away, but they have a generator running, so we can't hear. I'm being very specific as to everything that went on with Santilli because after I got here, I realized that he's a super controversial figure in the alternative media. I have no information about Santilli. I don't even know who he is.
Right.
I'm looking forward to researching that all academically, but I'm sure your listeners and the interweb want to hear all the particulars, so I'm going through it exactly and being very specific for you guys.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm happy to be able to go through this by my memory and have it put on record, and you're helping me, Kira, because then I can reference, while it's fresh in my mind later.
Yeah.
So we got there, and they have power generators running, gas generators for the huge lights that they use to blind anyone that comes to the checkpoint. And Santilli's yelling, "I have an idea. I need to talk to someone in charge. Can somebody please, get me authorization to speak to somebody who's in charge out here?" And we were trying to yell to the FBI, and they were trying to yell to us, and no one could hear anyone. So I have this dumb part of my brain where I shut off the fear bit, Yep. But Santilli gets out of his car, and I'm like, F it, I'm going to go ahead and follow him. So I get out as well and bring my camera around, and we start walking across the road towards them. And then we finally get close enough, and they're all to hear what they're saying. They're all, "Get back in the car." And I'm like, okay. I thought we were going to go over and talk. And then Pete's all, "Mike, get the F in the car." And I'm like, I think he said F. I don't know. He might have said Hell, but whatever. Some sort of an expletive. So we both get back in the car, and we try to keep yelling back and forth. They keep trying to say stuff to us, and we try to keep saying stuff to them, and it was just ridiculous. So Pete's all, "Hey, Mike, hand me my bullhorn." So I reach back into the back seat of the car and then hand Pete his bullhorn, and then finally they were able to hear what the heck Pete was saying. And Santilli says, "I have an idea. The people down at the refuge trust me. I can get the women and children out. I can get people to come out. I can probably talk most of the people into coming out peacefully. If you would just put me in charge with or in contact with someone in charge, we could try to get this done." And a few minutes go by, and then they get a bullhorn and tell us again, and I'm going from memory, I don't remember exactly what the FBI told us through the bullhorn, something to the effect of they're not authorized to have this conversation, or they're not in charge, something to that effect, and that we should go and speak with the Harney County Sheriff's guys. Now, that's kind of a ridiculous thing, and the reason why I say it's kind of ridiculous is because if you call the Harney County information line, or if you did at that time, I don't know if it's still the case, but I called their information line for media, and there was, at the time of Fennicum's shooting, there was 38 county law enforcement agencies in this little town. There's only 7,000 people in this entire county. There's about 1,000 people in the city, 800, 700 in the city central area. So it's a teeny little community, right? There's an Indian reservation nearby, and they have a few hundred people. Tribal police. So if you count the 38 county law enforcement agencies, and then you count the BLM SWAT team, and then the Sheriff's Department SWAT team, and then the tribal police, and then the Burns Police Department, you're looking at over 40, maybe 40 state and local organizations that are LEO, not including feds, not including ATF, not including FBI. So to tell us to go and speak with the sheriffs, well, the sheriffs had a compound in the center of town. They took over a school that wasn't being used, and the courthouse and all that, and they put up concrete and metal barricades around it. So we went and, quote, talked to the sheriffs, but when you go there, it's like everybody's wearing different uniforms. They're not matched. I mean, they just all look like a bunch of soldiers.